Hello folks, and welcome back to the second round back nine of the 2023 PDGA Tim Selinske US Masters. This is a PDGA Major presented by Innova Discs. We'd like to thank Gatekeeper Media for their coverage of this event. My name's Nick Hanson. Alongside me is Philo Brathwaite. Philo, how you doing today?
Everything's good, my man. Ready to take on the back nine here at Dexter. Kind of a flat start for most of us. Lefty Al picked up a couple bogeys, but did get out of there 3 under. Shasta, similar bogey start, came alive a little bit there, a little hat trick. Rough going for Shotty and I. See if we can flip the script here and get something going.
Yeah, you bet. Here's a look at our leaderboard. Some familiar names at the top. Today is no different than the first day, though. Once again, pretty windy, and it's causing some issues here at Dexter as well. Hole 10 is an uphill 243-foot par 3. Playing at 2.7, the players on this card are wanting to get started on this back nine with a birdie. Lefty Al up first.
Did not see that coming from Lefty. Pretty favorable lefty gap there. Cuts it off a little short. Shasta going to the sidearm. I thought he'd throw a backhand on that shot. Comes up a little bit short, but got a putt.
Philo, yourself looks like going up the middle with a mid-range.
Yeah, a little DX rockery. One thing to miss. Play a little bump and run. No putt.
Great shot.
Thank you, sir.
Chris Shotwell going with a sidearm here. Tough to tell where that one landed. Al's second.
Yeah, he really tried to stab that in there. Runs it a little bit long. Shot well from about 75 feet. Gets that up there on the green. Little tap in coming. Shasta Criss. What a putt.
Good birdie to get this back nine started for him.
Absolutely. That was a really nice putt from Shasta right around the circle's edge. Had a little bit of obstacles in his way. Navigates it perfectly. I'll tap in for myself. Try to pick up the pace here.
Al's going to have an obstructed putt here, but makes easy work of it.
And he's so good with a putter in his hand. Shot well, no problem to slide that home for par. Slide it on over to hole 11, 359 feet down the hill. Got a pretty wicked crossing wind from left to right to pay attention to. Seems a little better to finish a little left on this hole. Shasta Criss on the box. He hung that one out there in the wind, and the wind is going to gobble that up. Stay safe by just a couple of meters. Good 55-foot putt there for Shasta coming up.
Had that turned a little more, it's probably out of bounds there.
If that did, yeah, it would have been gone.
Philo up, going with the right-hand backhand.
Nice overstable destroyer. Try to keep it low under the wind.
Oh, and almost jumping in.
Flashing chains, just a hair short.
Al up. Hanging his nice and wide.
Trying to play that crosswind. A little unfortunate there with the ground play for Lefty. If that would have stopped on that first little bump, he would have been good. Runs him a little long.
Chris Shotwell up next. Looking to get it going here on the back nine.
Following the Philo vapor trail. Just a little bit shy on the speed for Shotty. Circle's edge putt coming up.
Shasta with a low ceiling look.
Nothing much doing there. Blocked out by the low hanging limb.
Chris just outside the circle. Oh, and off the top.
That's going to gain a few extra feet too. Usually what happens when you catch the top. Lefty Al off the mark. Been pretty good for those all day.
Philo for birdie. are, getting yourself another birdie.
Yep, try to get re-engaged into this round.
Slowly claw yourself back into it.
Shotwell, solid par putt there. A little bit of turn around the tree, nicely done. Disappointing to walk away from this one with a par, though. I'm sure for the guys, one of those holes it's just like a chip shot routine kind of standard play.
Ooh.
Yeah, that tried to jump out of there, didn't it?
Stays in there for lefty, but I would agree with you on this one, Philo. This is one of the holes where it's wide open, and if you've already been struggling with these tight wooded holes, this is one that you have to get.
Absolutely.
Hole 12, 318 feet, so slightly uphill. You're going to have this one tree to contest with at the front of the green, but other than that, another pretty open shot for this course. Philo's up first after that birdie.
That was a no messing around swing right there for you, Nick.
Oof, yeah, you were ready, and we see why. He is inches away from the pole, folks.
Yeah, that's a classic Philo rock shot there for you, man. This full commitment, baby little S turn, make it go straight, play the inside line.
I think you can find that one on textbook page 3, folks, if you're looking for it. Shasta up next.
Just tugs it over just a little bit. If he'd have given that about 2 more feet of room out to the left, that would have been under the basket.
Lefty Al up.
You know where this is going.
Joining you inside the bullseye, I bet.
Yeah. Too straightforward for the lefty to miss this one. Uphill, basic hyzer. Shotwell going to try to follow that vapor trail with the sidearm. Add a little bit of flex.
Looking good.
Beautiful touch.
Ooh, gentlemen.
There we go.
There's some shots out of our lead card here. Shasta with the upshot here. We'll put it close to secure his par.
As it should be, tap in birdies for the rest.
Dead center for Al. Shasta gonna clean up his par. No problem there. And then yourself here with a drop-in birdie. And we'll be right back after a short break.
PDGA Event Support Helpline.
Hey, so I'm setting up the most epic event of all time, and I'm wondering, do I need insurance?
As long as the event's in the US or Canada, insurance is included with your sanctioning agreement.
Okay, awesome, because we're trying this cool new thing where we have an alligator pit on the 18th green. It's gonna be epic.
Insurance or not, I don't think having literal death putts is a good idea.
Okay, I'll consider it. Oh, no, boy, no!
Are you still there? Oh God, are you still there?
All right, we're back at hole 13. 247 feet, par 3. The drone's flying the inside line here. Most players are going to be playing the outside around the left side, sidearms, turnovers. It's going to be a much more open gap.
Nick, you just witnessed the best sidearm of my life, buddy.
I stood there and watched it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that was Philo. That was nice.
That felt really good.
Was that one where you released it and you were like, yep, that's it?
That's it, yeah. I knew it right away. Got a couple of practice laps in on this course. This one's got some teeth. Definitely don't want to miss early. And lefty runs that a little long. Too much glide on the disc. Gonna have a circle's edge, 35-footer or so for par.
Chris Shotwell here going with the sidearm. No surprise there.
Oh, super silky little flex there with the overstapled driver.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Another one inside the circle. Shasta with the sidearm. Looks to be a little early.
Yeah, he could have used a little bit more forward push on that drive. Trying to send it home for birdie from range. Drying up a little short. Ow, big par putt here. No problem.
Great putt from Al. It's not always the easiest thing to save your par when you went out of bounds.
He's such a solid and confident putter.
Philo here from birdie. For birdie from the straddle. Gotta feel good to get a couple in a row there after that front nine.
4 in a row, man. 10, 11, 12, 13, all twos. Get a little something going here. Shotwell also coming alive, grabbing a couple of birdies in the last few holes.
Yep, he's got himself back under par for the round.
Shasta come along and dunk that in for his par, and we'll head on over to hole 14. There are 2 holes on this track that you want to give its full attention, and this is one of them. Hole 14, very, very technical par 3. It says 263, but it feels quite a bit longer than that, probably more in the 363 range. There is this tight gap right here on the right side that if you can get all the way through there, you can leave yourself with about a 55-foot putt. I'm coming up a bit short. I like this play if you've got it. The lefty route, sidearm play. This just gets beat by the wind. That is all the wind's fault, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
That was on the appropriate angle, but that
Look.
crossing wind got under that disc and vortexed it off to the left.
When it got to the apex, I was like, oh, that's good. But then it just started pushing fully right.
Same thing here for lefty. We all like this out the gate, but it just kind of hung out there. He's deep.
Wow, it really pushed that disc once it got out there.
Just held him up.
Maybe a little different wind than what you guys are feeling on the tee pad. Shasta going with a similar route to you, it looks like, but
He got a bit more aggressive than I did, and actually that's a really nice angle to putt into the green from. You'll be able to see everything. Keeps the out of bounds off to the right side, out of play. Shotwell from at least 150, maybe a little more. Trying to get up and down. Job done there.
I do like that this course makes you think. There's a couple different holes that you can play to 35 to 45 feet to secure an easy 3, but also give you a chance for birdie without running a lot of risk. Here's Al from quite deep.
Yeah, we had to start the clock on Al. We were having a hard time finding his disc, but man, what an out to get on the green.
He's had some really good scrambles today.
Shasta trying to give it a bid. Lefty Al to scrape up his par. Another solid jam.
Chris here. Gonna get his par as well.
Par frame at 14 has kind of been the standard, I'd imagine. Not a whole lot of room to score a birdie here. You got to throw a very specific shot on a very tight line. Very, very protected green with all that out of bounds running along the right side. Got to be smart here. Give yourself an opportunity, but don't get too greedy.
Exactly that. Here we are, hole 15.
This is a rip.
This is a downhill shot, but it is an absolute rip coming in at 452 feet. There is OB on the left with the tall grass, and then once you get to the road. But players are really looking to get one down here and hope for, what would you say, 35 to 50 footer?
You can get in there. It's just so protected with all those firs down at the base, down at the green. You can give it the right shape and everything. And I thought this was great, but just not fast enough. You got to throw it so hard to get all the way down there. That's a good 60 feet short.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing about halfway. I thought yours was great and coming up short. Let's see if Chris can adjust and make the direction.
Yeah, he put a little more tushy into that one, did Shotwell. Big hyzer flare skip, and there you go. That's right around the circle's edge for Shotwell. Good place to be.
That's the skip you need to get down in there.
Very technical drive here for the lefty. Out the gate, looking beautiful. Just bends over. A little too much.
Oh, and then it rolls a little
Yeah,
on
it's
in.
not too bad.
But
Most people are just walking out of here with a 3.
yeah,
It's a tough 2.
you're gonna 2 on here. You're gonna stroke on most, if not,
The majority of the
the
field,
majority
for sure.
of the field. Shasta getting a good one out there. A little low.
Good shape. It's hard to really press something that long and straight. You're going to need something that glides a ton after it makes that initial left turn. It's just a hard angle. All those trees down there to miss. You're kind of playing for like the back door, and it's just really hard to get there. Lefty taking a stab at it. Runs it a bit long. Little tester coming up.
Shasta for 2.
Had implications about halfway.
He's had
Just
some
dies.
great bids from that distance in the last few holes.
Agreed.
Philo for 2.
I didn't commit to the air.
I was going to say, maybe a little scared it looked like there on the release. Didn't want to get it up and have the chance of it going OB deep.
I don't know. I had a very specific aiming spot in the tree, like those limbs hanging down, and I just didn't commit to it. I was just a little tentative with the go.
Chris is going to make a great putt there for his.
Lefty Al sliding in another solid par putt. Those testers going in strong for Lefty.
Those can really make or break a round.
Absolutely,
you
man.
have
You
the-
miss 2 or 3 of those in a round, you're hurting.
Losing strokes, having a mental battle.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Innova Team Captain Nate Sexton. Welcome to our instructional disc golf series. Maybe even bank over to the right, and that's going to give the putt loft. Slight flex line, so you'll see this come out a little bit higher to give you a variety of different shot shapes. The farthest away player should go first towards the basket.
We are back. Hole 16, 302 feet, slight up the hill, nestled in these trees right here. This is really a touchy shot. You really don't want to shoot this one long. You got nothing if you go long. A little bit left or a little bit right and a little short, you're okay. Shotwell going to the overstable mid-range and just peels it over a little too much. He's going to have an awkward look. Champion T-Bird here for myself.
Oh, good choice. I like the T-Bird myself.
Right about here, I was thinking, go in!
Oh.
Just passed. I wanted that so bad. You have no idea.
Giving a couple runs here for the folks on the back nine, Philo.
Yes, sir, man. I'm trying to come alive here. I don't want to get blown out of this tournament. Got to stay in the race.
Al up here next.
Lefty doesn't get it to roll over, looking for the hyzer flip, and it just kind of got up there and hung on. About a pin-high putt there for Lefty, though.
Is he going to have a look from back there, you think?
Kinda.
A little something, maybe. Shasta up. A little low.
Yeah, also burned over, hoping he punches through, and does. There you go. Nice little ground play there for Shasta inside circle one. Shotwell buried.
Wow, but another great out.
Yeah, crafty.
Yeah, give him a chance there to get his par. Al for 2. Oh, and just a little short.
Been a while since we'd seen his putter hit the ground. Shasta Criss for his birdie.
Oh,
Heavy chains and out for Shasta. He can't believe it, and neither could the rest of us.
wow. And we still haven't got to your disc, Philo.
It's right there, just
Another
past the basket. I thought it was going to be...
park job.
I thought it was going to be deep. I was worried that I missed everything and took a skip back into the woods and had nothing. It's super dense back there. Fortunate to stick right there about 13 feet away. Just got to do my crouching Philo.
Crouching Philo, hidden birdie.
There you go. I'll take it.
And you've been absolutely charging on this back nine here, getting yourself to 5 down.
Yeah, I had to try to turn it around, man. After those 2 bogeys, I had 6 and 7 back there. I had to readjust the attitude and tell myself throw the disc like I mean it. Hole 17 is absolutely one of those holes where you need to do exactly that. Throw it like you mean it. Very, very skinny gap here if you like the middle line. I think most of the righty backhand players are going to aim out the wider side, play a little bit of a flex. A little more room for forgiveness should you miss to the right than to the left. So I think that's the better play. There's a fairway gap right over the bushes on the right side, get a late flex, and give yourself a birdie putt.
Come on, get stable. Faster, 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 faster. That's a look at it.
Rumbles my way right up in there, circle one, pin high.
We'll take that all day. Chris up next here.
This is a really, really good shot.
Wow.
Perfectly center fairway, inside circle one for Shotwell.
Stayed straight as long as he wanted, and then just a little fade at the end there. Tough hole for Al here. Excited to see how he attacks.
Had the right idea, just a slight undercommitment there on the speed. Should be able to get up and down for par, maybe an outside look for birdie too. Shasta on the box. It was looking so good. It was looking so pure out the hand for Shasta. Just at the last second catches a tree. You're going to have to get crafty with the up and down.
Yeah, and when you hit that tree up the hill, you get kicked down the hill, and it's just that much more punishing.
Lefty. Nothing doing there for Al this time. Shotwell just inside circle one for the bird. Crispy clean right there.
Gotta love that.
That's an excellent birdie on this track. Hole 17 can easily get you a bogey if you get a little loose off the tee pad.
Another one for you as well there, Philo.
Yes, sir.
Stringing them together.
Trying, man. I was okay taking pars on 13 and 14 there. Or, 14, 15, I think it is. Those two are a couple you can walk away with pars, but the rest of these on the back, feel like you should get 7 out of the 9, really. Ooh. Shasta dribbles one in over the rim. Little T-Rex arm there on the putt, but it goes home.
He even knows it, too. He's like, man, I short-armed that, but it went in.
We were all making some noises.
All right, here we are to hole 18. 632 feet, playing as a par 4. Gonna be OB right and left. The first shot, you really just want to get out there and get a good distance. Not a lot in your way here, so players should be getting their 3. But as it is, disc golf.
You just never know what's going to happen. Very generous fairway. You are right about that. Tons of space out there to land. I think the righty backhand play is really to press the parking lot and just let it unravel. You don't want to miss low left and take the chance of gravity grabbing a hold of your disc and sucking it OB left. Solid drive there for myself. Shotwell on the box.
Interesting.
Love it. Going roller. Really going to chew a bunch of this distance off this drive, and just a chip shot into the green there for Shotwell to make birdie. Even a soft bitted eagle if he opts for it. Beautiful.
Great roller there here on hole 18. Lefty Al up.
Little baby flex out the hand there for lefty. Right up there into the heart of the fairway.
Shasta up.
Just a little overturned from Shasta, but it's going to get some good distance out of it either way. Just a chip shot into the green here for Shasta. That's a little steep and looking a little left. Even catches a flare skip out there in circle 2 for Shasta.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Yourself here going with the forehand approach.
I saw it happen with Shasta's, and that wind really does seem to...
Oh, lovely. Oh, no.
Yeah.
What?
That was rude. Not a big fan of those koozies, man.
Oh, man.
Those things drive me crazy. They seem to really create a little extra reaction. That springboarded off of that thing.
It did. And it was going up the hill. It should
and
have...
slow.
Oh, my. Wow.
Nice shot there from lefty to get into the green. Shotwell takes a soft bit for eagle.
Gotta run those ones a little.
Not bad there. Tap in birdie. Shasta for the 3.
Oh.
That should simmer down just right off the bullseye for Shasta.
Yourself here from outside the circle.
I liked it most of the
Little
way.
right.
Just a smidgen. A little bit of wind blowing out there. Doesn't allow the disc to drop, and I'm walking out of there with a bogey.
Al's gonna tap in there, get his. Shasta. Just gonna tap in his birdie, or his par here, sorry. Gonna have a couple cleanups here from Philo and Chris, and that's gonna do it for our second round.
I'm still reeling a little bit. Can't believe I turned a birdie opportunity into a bogey on 18 again. That seems to be something that happens a little more than I'd like. I'm gonna stand there and think about it for a second and shake it off, and unfortunately that will drop me off the lead card for the moving day Saturday. Allen 16 under, also just falling off the pace. Dutch Napier getting hot. Tony Farrow double digis. Hello.
That's some
There's your
stellar
lead card
play.
for a chase.
Yeah, we're gonna have some stellar gentlemen for our third day. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you there.